All right, everyone, I'm going to show you how you can actually build an effective email marketing campaign inside of HighLevel in a couple of different ways. Number one is going to be the manual way, which does or is required at some points depending upon what email campaign you want to run. Then number two, I'm going to show you the easy way using AI inside of HighLevel. So anyway, I'm also going to give you some pretty cool, interesting tricks and some hacks regarding just email, monitoring your email, and what some of the email statistics should look like and what you need to watch out for if you're going to be sending to both your customers or if you're going to be sending out to cold email. Now, right now, I've actually got a whole sub account here that I'm doing marketing in a cold email fashion. So I'm going to show you at the end what some of those statistics look like. And I'm also going to show you just where to look, how to find them, and some of the statistics that you should watch out for, because if your certain statistic gets too high, HighLevel will actually shut your email campaign off for 24 hours. It'll shut you down and you'll start getting error messages in your email send. So let's hop into it and take a look. All right, so here we go. So right now, what we're going to do is anytime you want to send an email campaign, my suggestion is always use a workflow. Always build a workflow, because inside of a workflow, you can control several different things. Number one, you can control what triggers the workflow. So what starts it? Now, typically, I don't have any particular thing started, at least on the campaign that I'm running I told you about earlier. I'm actually manually assigning things, or actually my VA is. So she goes in and she selects a certain amount of people every day. So anyway, if you're familiar with workflows, great. So right now, one of the things that you could do, this part right here is the AI feature. I'm going to cover that in just a minute, but let's just go ahead and do the manual way. I want to show you the manual way, and then what I need to do is show you why you would want to do things the manual way, okay? So I'm not going to create any kind of trigger. But an email campaign is typically pretty consistent. It only consists of two actions that you need to create inside of the workflow. Send email and wait. That's it. So typically, depending upon the email sequence you want to run, maybe it's a 20 email sequence over the next 20 days, like one email per day. It could be 52 emails over once per week over an entire year. That's another one that you can run. Maybe you're running 12 emails, one per month. It could be something as that. I don't know how you want to structure it. So please just look at what I'm doing here and adjust accordingly. So right now, what you're going to do here is we don't need to add a trigger, because at least if you want to add a trigger, that's where you're going to add things like whether the contact changed, if the contact filled out a form, if the contact was tagged. I'm just going to leave it blank because, again, in the example I'm giving you, I just manually assign the contacts inside of the contacts area. I highlight so many contacts and send them at one time. So that way I can control how many cold emails go out every day. Okay, so I'm going to click on this little plus button here, and then you can just type in the word send email. It's right here. Now, one of the things you're going to notice here is that the action name. This is where it's important, if you're looking at the email later, to name the emails. Don't have all of them just the default email. So you want to do something, even if it's just email 1, email 2, email 3. Because if you're looking at this workflow and you've got 52 different emails being sent out, you don't know which email that is into the sequence until you open it up and maybe have to take a look at it. So it's very easy right now to just organize it when you're creating it manually and then do email 1. Now, you're going to see when AI does this, it'll do this for you automatically, name it, create the structure for you, and do everything very quickly. So just pay attention to that. That's going to happen in just a few minutes. So once you name it, you've got a from name and a from email. Don't worry about filling this out inside of the send email action form. This is what the name and the email address will appear from the person you're sending it to. But you don't ever want to fill this out at the action step level. You always want to fill it out at the workflow level. Please hold on, and I will answer that just in time, and probably a few minutes here when I get through some of the workflow settings. There's a setting that allows you to set the from and email address so that all the emails in the workflow have the same thing. And then you don't need to change every email moving forward. I did that in the beginning. I had 20, 25, 30 emails going out, and I had the from name and from email sent to each one of them, and I had to change it. So I had to go to all 30 emails and change it manually. That sucked. I'm going to be upfront, but I'm going to show you how to shortcut that so you don't make that mistake. So again, you don't need to fill that out. You can put in a subject. And I'm just going to put something in real quick. The thing you need to do here, this is pretty cool here. I think I'm blocking this. Let me move over a little bit here so I can blow this up. This is pretty cool. This is the subject line, but sometimes depending upon the email that you're actually doing, this preview header is pretty cool. So the subject line and the preview header can be different, but the preview header is, I believe, what you get when you hover the mouse over the email, and whatever email system you use, what pops up. So that can be different than the actual subject line. You don't need to include it, but it is pretty cool. It gives two different ways of grabbing somebody's attention on an email. So the other ones are Quick Compose from Smart Builder and Existing Template. Now, Quick compose means I'm just going to sit back and type it in right here. Okay. Now this is what AI does for you. AI doesn't build templates, and I'm going to show you what the templates are here just so you can create it if you want to. But if you're going to create your own templates and use your own templates, then you have to do this manually, because there's no way for AI is still in the beta right now. There's no way for AI to sit back and show you or determine what email you want to select at each email step. Okay, I'm going to show you with AI, you can create the framework. You can have it create a framework for 20, 50, 100 email sequence if you want to. And then once you have that created, you don't need to go create each action step. AI will do that for you. And then you can just go into each one and change it manually. So that's a much faster way, but I'm going to get to that in just a few minutes here. So quick compose, you're going to just compose it right here. From Smart Builder, this is where you actually can design it directly here, whether you want a design editor. Now, I don't recommend doing that here. If you're going to use templates, I would recommend that you go create the template, and I'm going to show you what that is. Please hold on in just a minute. From that, I'm just trying to show you this component and how the manual workflow gets built first. But I want to show you how these things work and bring it all together here in just a bit. So from Smart Builder, this is where I can select one of the builders. This right here is the actual graphic HTML builder, the code editor, which I don't like. I'm not a coder. I don't like designing stuff from scratch, or the plain text editor. Now, this brings up a very interesting point that I want to bring up. If you're sending emails to customers, these are emails that are probably going to be opened up. If you're doing that, you probably want to use the design editor. Okay, the design editor is graphic HTML. It allows you to put images, embed videos, social media type icons in there, all that kind of cool stuff. But if you're doing a cold email out to people, don't do the design. Don't do the HTML, because a lot of businesses have spam readers that will, look at your email and say, "Oh, this is spam," because it's so nicely formatted. So right now, if you're doing cold email, just the best recommendation is only do the plain text editor. Okay, so that's the best way to do that. Just send it in plain text if you're doing cold emails. Okay, and then the last option here is select from template. Now, I already have a lot of templates here, but I'm going to show you in just a minute where these templates are. But you can create your own templates. You can create HTML, or you can create text. You can obviously search. So right now you can search if it has a specific name to find it in case you have a lot of templates, but this right here allows you to select a pre-existing template. And this is why you would have to, if you're using your own templates, you would have to do things manually, versus when AI does things, it can create a quick compose for you automatically, but it's very quick to build and send out and deploy. So once you have that, that's how you build the first email. Now, once you do that, you probably want to include a wait step. Remember, the email campaigns really primarily only focus on two things: an email and then a wait step. The wait step says how long to wait before the next email goes out. So if you want to take a look here, I already have it. You just type in wait, click here. Now, right here, if you take a look, I'm going to blow this up a little bit. You can say wait until the contact replies. Like maybe you're sending a reply that you want to get something back. You can do that if you want to, but I wouldn't suggest it if you're doing cold email. So I'm going to select that. And I'm going to select 1 day. So this is going to wait 1 day. I'm going to shrink this back here. Save. Now, if I do this is one email and one wait step. So imagine now if you have to create 20 emails. That's 20 of these that you have to create, and 20 emails and then 20 wait steps. That's a lot of work. Now, some of the cool things that HighLevel has, you can click on this and say copy all actions from here. So you can do things like copy. Then you can come down here and say paste. Now what you've done, if you take a look here, you basically doubled it. You got email 1, wait, email 1, wait. You copy that exact thing. So you could do that 10 times if you want to, and then come back into email 1. And of course, I'm going to blow this back out. We need to change this to email 2. Come down here, change the subject line. You'd want to change the text or the template. Either way, you kind of get the point. This is the old-fashioned way of how people created email campaigns inside of HighLevel. And the cool thing is once you got it made, then it works. You can just simply keep adding people to it and adding people to it, and you don't need to recreate it again. So that right there is the manual way to do things. Again, you would only do it that way if you had email templates. Now, before I show you the AI feature, I'm going to hop into email templates and show you that real quick. I'm not going to build one, just show you where they're at. So if you go to marketing on the left-hand side and go to emails, this area right here under templates, this right here is the template area where you can click on new. And you can create a new one from the existing, like the template library that HighLevel has. You can create your own templates, things like that. But this is where you would create the HTML templates. Okay. The other template, just text only, is actually called Snippets. They're right next to each other. So right now you can create text snippets and email snippets. So you can do both of those on here. But if you're doing cold emails, this is the place where I would go to create those emails that you're going to send out. Now keep in mind, even basic emails can do emojis, so you can make it look nice, you can put emojis and things like that. You just can't have embedded images, videos, and that kind of cool stuff because that kind of flags the spam filters. But this right here is where you create the template. Just simply create new. You want to select email, you would give it a name. This is where you would just say email 1, and then email 2, email 3. You would want to label the campaign with the first, second, third one to make it easier for you to find inside of the workflow when you want to find it. So the subject line, you're going to put in the subject, and then right here, you're going to create the body. And once you do it, this phone right here will give you an example of what it looks like. So if we do test 1, 2, 3, it'll show you where that is. And then you can just simply put in a message here and put in Ray. So this right here is how you can create it, and it'll show you what it looks like. Pretty cool. So this is where you create your templates. And if you're going to do it this way, this is why you would manually have to create an email workflow to handle that, to create it and then choose the right template, because AI is just not smart enough to do that. Now that I've said that, I'm going to come back here to automations, and I'm going to show you a different way. Up here at the very top, you're going to see build it using AI. So right now, I'm going to click on this. Now I'm going to also forgive me, I'm trying to blow this up to make it easier for you to see. It gives you several different workflows that you can create using AI. We're going to be doing email campaigns. So I'm going to select it, and it's going to give you something by default. I've already made one here. Hopefully it's some of mine. Yeah, cool. So right now, just pretty simple. I'm not a super prompt builder, but it says build me a 5 email sequence about AI employee services that I can use to market to small business owners. Each email needs to have a unique subject line, and the body of the email should have emojis. That's it. I just want it to look cool. The subject line shouldn't be the same. They should be different, but it's about selling AI employee services, something real quick if you just wanted to build something and then send it out there to have it done. So right now, you can just simply choose this and click go. Now, when you do this right here is where this thing will run here. Give it a second. So this thing is going to run. It's going to take a couple of minutes to build this out, so we're going to come back to that here in just a minute. But in the meantime, I want to come over here to this one and show you a few of the other features that I told you about. I just wanted that thing to run first. So how you set the sender from name and the sender email address inside of a workflow. So right now, there's 2 important settings that I'm going to show you that can be critical depending upon how you're sending stuff out. So if you're going to go to settings, the first one that you want to do is come down here. But right now, Ray O'Daniel is the sender, and then ray@rayodaniel.me. This is just a different domain that I'm using to send out cold emails for myself. So this right here, if you fill this information out, then this sender name and email address is used in every email throughout the entire workflow. This is how you can save yourself a ton of time. If you ever want to change the email address later, you can just come here, change the name, email, boom, and it's changed. Now, keep this in mind. High-level workflows are versioned. So if you change it, the change will only happen on new people added to the workflow. The people that have already been in the workflow or in it have already been assigned this username and password. So that's one of the downsides. Now, the next thing is a time window. If you're sending this to small business owners, you may not want to send it on weekends or at 9 o'clock at night. You may want to send it in the morning, or you may want to make sure that you only send this during business hours. So if you want to do that, this is where you can actually specify a specific time, turn this on, and I'm just going to leave it here, 8 to 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this right here, but if you do, then this is another cool setting, because any of the workflows, once it gets past 5 o'clock, then it'll be 5 o'clock again. What time? The account time zone. If you're sending emails out to people in different time zones, this time is only specific for the account time zone. Meaning if you go to your sub-account settings, business info, whatever time zone you set up there, that's a time zone that's actually going to be used in your workflows here. Now you can, if you want to, adjust this to the contact time zone. So if you want to do that, it's going to be completely up to you. But because I'm not using time zone in this, I don't care, because I'm not using it. So I'm going to turn that off, but those are 2 important things that you can do just to make sure that you can turn those on, and those are good for the entire workflow. So that can save you a lot of time right there. Over here, whenever you want to build it, it's going to ask you a question. Because it's going to create a workflow for you, it wants to know the trigger. So I didn't know this, but right now I'm just going to say, it just says, when should I start this 5 email sequence? When a contact is added to the system, blah, blah, blah. Right now, I'm just going to choose skip. So this guy should continue to run. Now, with this, I'm going to scale back a little bit. I'll come back into the builder. Now, notice here, anytime I add people through a workflow, one of the first things I do is I add a tag. So there's a tag that said that every email campaign that I send out, I have a specific tag for that email campaign. So I can always look to see who's in a campaign currently and who's not. Because keep in mind, I think this account right here might have about 150,000 contacts in it. But if you're dealing with that many contacts, it's really important to manage them so that that you don't resend people back into the same workflow and double up. So what you want to do is when they come through, at least me, I like to tag them as give them a specific campaign name. That way I can always filter them out of the people that have already been in the campaign so that whenever I put people into the campaign moving forward, that's a filtered smart list that excludes all the people that are currently in the campaign. Hopefully you follow that. One other thing I do here is I actually put in this wait step here. So instead of waiting just a day, I just say, okay, depending upon when this thing goes out, I want it to wait until 9 o'clock the next morning because that's when I want the emails to start going out to them. I want them to go out at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then once that happens, they get email number 1, and then inside of here, it waits 3 days, and it sends out another one and so forth. Notice that there, you see this little people icon in 99. That means there's 99 contacts that are in that step, that they're waiting, the 3-day waiting period. I don't know when they entered, but HighLevel is waiting 3 days before they go into the next email sequence. And then here, there's another 196 waiting to wait another 3 days before I send it out again. Now, that's just how you would read that if you're looking at it. So one of the cool things that you need to look at here is the statistics. But how do you turn on the statistics inside a particular workflow? Now, you can go inside of your email settings and look at your overall statistics, and I'll show you where that is as well, because that's important for you to understand the email statistics, more importantly, the bounce rate and the complaints that you end up getting, because this can get you blacklisted, this can get you put on the no send list, so your domain can be completely blacklisted, or it can actually cause HighLevel to stop having your account send out for 24 hours until your bounce rate actually improves. So if you look over here to the left, there's one called Stats View. If you click on that, what you're going to end up getting, let me move this over here. I'm going to look at this one here. So right now, these are the statistics of email 1. Not of the entire email system, just this workflow, email 1. So 98.33 were delivered, 15% were opened, 7.8% clicked on the links in there. Like clicked on the links inside of my email to look at what my product or service or things like that was. I had 0 replies on the first one and a 1.33% bounce rate. Now, bounce rate means a bad email address. So whenever you pull emails inside of HighLevel, it's very important that you clean your list, meaning you need to use HighLevel's email verification system to do that. Now, because this is a live account, I'm not going to go in and show you contacts and exactly how you do that. I'm just going to tell you. Inside of contacts, you need to highlight all the contacts that you want, and you need to go to More, choose the More option, and then there's an option that just says email verification. Now, when you click on that, there is a charge. I believe it's $2.50 for every 1,000. Okay, so right now, I think on this list, I was having some bounce rate problems because this list was a little bit older, and I hadn't cleaned it in a while, and I should have, my fault. But right now, I went through and re-cleaned it again. It was probably about $350 for me to do that, to clean all the emails in the list. But once I found out all the emails that were bad, I deleted those emails out of the system. I don't want them, because that's what causes your bounce rate to go up. Now, here's an important number to remember, 2.5%. Okay, if HighLevel sees a 2.5% bounce rate on your emails, then it will suspend your account for 24 hours. At least that's what support told me. So right now, 1.3 isn't above the 2.5 threshold, so emails are still going out. But that's an important number to understand. Now, the next number to understand is the complaints. Complaint means somebody actually reported your email as spam. Now, if that happens, then you actually get a complaint, and I'm not quite sure what the number is with HighLevel on that one before they do something with you, but I think the number 10 comes to mind. If you get 10 complaints, then I think your email system is shut off for more than 24 hours. It could be a couple of days. So anyway, these are important things to know once you build your email sequence, to sit back and come through and check them. Before you start sending people out, clean that list. HighLevel does it. There's a lot of other people that do it, but check those emails. If they're invalid, get them out of your list because they will hurt you. They will hurt your email domain's reputation. It will hurt your sending reputation. And then your cold email will be, if you burn your domain, now you have to switch your entire domain out to a brand new one to start sending again. So let me just show you this one, and then I'm going to show you where the email statistics are for overall in your account. That's very important for you to understand. So here, notice that AI built this. So send email 1, meet your new AI employee. Do you see what I mean? So that one little prompt, I just copied and pasted. It wasn't very big. I could have changed that to create a 50 email sequence over AI employee services. I could have done that. But right now, if you take a look here, notice that over here, the action name, meet your new AI employee, it gave it a subject, It does use the quick compose, but notice that it already has the contact.name. So it already uses the name in there if you wanted to. So this right here is already built. And so here it is. It already built it. Wait a day. So this right here makes it very easy. At least it builds it. So keep in mind, if you want to create a 52 email sequence, you can just simply have AI build you out a 52 one for AI employee services. It builds all the framework, meaning email, wait a day, email, wait a day, email, wait. That's 52 times 2. That's 104 actions you got to create in a workflow that you could potentially mess up. You can have AI build that framework and then just come back in afterwards and change all of the emails and wait periods. That would be one way that you can at least get the framework created quickly. So anyway, AI is pretty good to sit back and get this created and just notice, wait a day, here, 2 days. And if I wanted to, I could have changed my prompt to say send out a 5 email sequence over the course of 15 days. Yeah, and then spread the emails out equally. It would have made the wait step 3 days. So 5 emails, 15 days, 3 days, and this sends out the next one. So hopefully then you got the point on that one here. So I'm going to come back to the workflow list, blow this back out. Now what I'm going to do is come into my settings and my email services. This is where you can sit back and start looking at your about classifications. Now, I don't send anything out here. This is just where you would look here, but this right here is your bounce classification for this particular account. That would give you all of the bounce for everything that you've done in your whole account. So please keep in mind, this is important. The other one I showed you is simply at the workflow level and then even at the email level that's being sent out. So that's very specific that you can look at to see how your statistics of your emails are being sent. And then the next one is going to be your email analytics. This is where, again, I showed you that if you start getting this complained number, then this right here is where you have a problem. This bounce number, that right there is also has to do with your bounce rate if you're sending out a lot. So this right here is an overall dashboard of how you would do, how everything in your email system is working, sending out, including sending to contacts, everything is included in here. So hopefully this is enough to get you started, to get you creating an effective email campaign so that whether you build it with AI or build it manually, you can get this stuff done. But guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. If you learned something, smash the like button, leave me a comment. There's a free 30-day trial link in the description. Let me know. Have a great day. Bye-bye.